A faced pocket can be found on jeans, skirts, dresses and bags. Because the curve of a faced pocket is usually cut on the bias of the fabric, it is advisable to press or sew interlining to the curved edge of the garment. This will stop the edge from stretching or distorting. Pin the facing to the garment right sides together. Then stitch the pocket bag facing to the main garment, right sides together, with a 1 cm seam around the curve. Snip the seam to the stitch line around the curve. This will allow the pocket facing to be turned through to the wrong side of the garment. To keep the facing on the inside of the garment, you will need to machine a holding stitch to the facing, keeping the seam over towards the facing. Sew a stitch line approximately 1 to 2 mm away from the original seam line. This stitch line will not be visible from the outside of the garment, but will hold the facing in place. Press the pocket, making sure the holding stitch is on the inside of the garment. Place the other part of the pocket bag in position, right sides together, and pin. Making sure the garment is out of the way, machine a 1.5 cm seam allowance around the outside edge of the pocket bag only. Remove the pins. Overlock pocket bag seam allowance together. Machine a stay stitch to the top of the garment, keeping the pocket bag in the correct position, and repeat at the side seam. The stitch line must be within the 1.5 seam allowance, approximately 5 mm away from the cut edge. This is a faced pocket used on jeans, skirts, can create interest to a garment, especially if you're using contrasting fabrics as I've done. These edges here can be bound or top stitched. On this one I've stitched a holding stitch to hold the facing inside the garment. Pocket bags are overlocked together and then stay stitching to keep the pocket in place while you're sewing the rest of the garment. It's a faced pocket.